Hey, look at that! We got another teaser for Black Widow, this one focusing on Red Guardian, which is kinda weird, but okay. Still nice to see. Wait, what's that? It's not a Black Widow teaser? It's for some weird little Netflix show called Stranger Things? Huh, never heard of it. Alright. Jokes aside, we did get a small teaser for season 4 of Stranger Things, which brought with it a pretty big reveal. Hopper is apparently alive and working on a railroad in Russia from the looks of things, but how is this possible exactly? Well, in this video, we're gonna break this teaser down, looking for any hints as to what is going on. And in classic Screen Rant style, we are of course going to be bringing in some pretty wild speculation as well. Let's get right into it. The teaser opens with an aerial shot, establishing that the sequence we are watching is set in a rather dreary, snowy locale. We can also see that there is a rather large number of people working on a railway, a couple dozen at least. And it seems like it is a super serious operation, seemingly utilizing prison labor, since the next shot shows us a good doggo, barking at someone off screen. Okay, probably not the best dog since it's probably used to herd and eventually hunt down prisoners, but all dogs go to heaven, so in a way it is a good dog. We then see some guards, pretty obviously Russian, judging by the fancy hats and AK-47s. So more than likely the location itself is in Russia. Also, side note, I totally want that jacket. It's just the right kind of ridiculous. We then see more Russians standing around in the cold, with this particular pair doing their best to stay warm by standing around a flaming barrel. Pretty smart. We then get a really well composed shot, showing some of the prison workers hammering railroad spikes into the ground as the camera slowly moves forward and begins to tilt upward and pan around, focusing on a single man who reaches up and takes off his hat, revealing himself to be none other than Jim Hopper himself. A very bald and very dirty Jim Hopper, but still. So yeah, he's alive after all. At least that's what this teaser leads us to believe. At the end of season 3 of Stranger Things, we saw Hopper appear to sacrifice himself in order to not only close the gateway to the Upside Down, but also destroy all of the equipment the Russians were using in order to open said gate. And when the gate closed, there was a massive explosion that seemed to just about vaporize everything within a certain radius, including Hopper, who was trapped in a room with it. Seemed like a pretty closed and shut case to us. Kinda hard to survive being basically disintegrated. But there are a couple possible solutions for how he could be appearing in the next season, which of course we're going to talk about right now. First up is the idea that he could have just been sucked into the Upside Down in the explosion. And when the Russians inevitably come at the beginning of season 4 in order to clear up their research base, they will somehow manage to free him from that dark, evil place, and since he is, kind of their enemy and all that, they'll take him prisoner and ship him off to a gulag in Siberia, where he will then be assigned to this work crew that we see him with in this teaser. Seems fairly plausible, but there is a pretty major problem with this idea. Mainly, how the heck would they get the gate back open without any of their equipment? And also, how the heck would Hopper have survived in there for so long? Well, okay, that second question could probably just be shrugged off. I mean, we saw a preteen manage to live there for a while back in season 1, so I guess a complete badass like Hopper could probably manage it. Still, no idea how they would go about freeing him from the Upside Down in the first place. Maybe something about the area being extra susceptible to interdimensional portals due to the explosion, or some other hubbub like that. Alternatively, and stay with me here, there is the idea that maybe, just maybe, this isn't actually the Hopper that we all know and love. Now, it's pretty difficult to survive, being atomized by an explosion, even for a total boss like Hopper. But this is a universe where crazy stuff can happen. So maybe, just maybe, he still didn't. Instead, perhaps his proximity to the gateway caused a bit of himself to reconstitute itself in the Upside Down, meaning that this Hopper is kind of sort of a clone. Maybe. Either way, it'll be interesting to see how Hopper could make his way back into the action during Stranger Things Season 4. Perhaps in the not too distant future, we will get a more fully fleshed out trailer that will give us a bit of an idea for what we can expect. Until then though, we'll just have to wait and see. What did you think of the Stranger Things Season 4 trailer? How do you think that Hopper is back? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. And while you're down there, why not consider subscribing to Screen Rant for more awesome content just like this in your feed each and every day. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you at the movies.